Alright, so just doing a little late night, it's like 8 something, but just doing a few little last minute things before heading home. And I realized one thing I didn't do with like the Pixel 6, the gimbal is one thing, but the Pixel 6 specifically, one thing I didn't do with it is test it in low light settings. So I want to try that out. Sorry about the noise too, because I've got a bag on my arm. I'm just gonna try switching you guys out because I don't think I've done it using this. There we go. So yeah, I'm just gonna test out a bit in low light, sort of like post sundown, pre sundown, and see how that works.
Now where do you think you're going? Thought it was wrong to come over. My daddy won't be home. It's in the dark. Now where do you think you're going? Thought it was wrong to come over. When your mama says I'm no good boy. Oh, what have you done to me?
Well, here we go. Back to the gym. Got a few fun projects, but right now it's just gym time. So we'll get into that stuff. Alright, so all in all, today was pretty standard, pretty nice. Finishing up today a lot later than I have the other days. It's usually still sunny when I finish up, but alright, so here we are. The truest form of low light. It is pretty much practically dark outside. That's a street lamp up there. Ooh, we have new LED ones. I can see the little individual bulbs in them. The little diode or whatever thingy-majiggers. That's why they're so nice lately. Anyway, this is probably about as dark as it's gonna get where I can film on any quality camera without being able to have like, you know, shutter speed or other methods of fixing that. Actually, hold on. Whoop. Hey. There we go. Alright, yeah, I did have to clean off the lens a little bit. So there's that. But Actually, that's really cleared it up pretty well. Note to self, remember to wipe off the lenses on the camera if you're going to be using this. I got spoiled by actual cameras where you're not actually, touching where the lens is like you do on front-facing cameras. But overall, I'm still really, really pleased with the Osmo, and the Pixel 6 is actually really a good contender for turning into my default vlogging camera over the Sony RX, which is a good camera, but has the problem of just, not really being easy since everything's handheld and it doesn't have any adjustments like this, and it can't fit into a gimbal like this unless I get something way more expensive and hefty like a Ronin, which just isn't practical for this. But overall, I'm really pleased with both of these things. Okie dokie, so this is me testing out a new little toy. In this case, brand new microphone. Alright, just to make sure that that was the microphone, I'm going to be like, play with here, happy and quick, blah blah blah. Alright, so now that that's done and dusted out of the way, yeah, hi guys, I am testing out a brand new little toy. There's an adapter plugged into the USB-C port of my phone. Well, not my phone, but the camera phone, the one I mentioned before, the Pixel 6. And right here, stuck in my hoodie, a little subtle, not too, I had it stuck in better before, but is the microphone. And so yeah, everything you're hearing right now, all me talking and such, is on the microphone. And ideally, I think I have the noise canceling on it. So this thing has some noise canceling apparently. Push the button once after it's been turned on and it activates it, so we'll see how that sounds. I might turn it off at one point, see how it sounds like normal. But honestly, it's a sort of not very expensive. Found it on Amazon. It was based off something someone else found on TikTok, and I thought at the very least, this camera right here is pretty muffled when I was doing the sound recording on the previous videos with it. So I thought, very least, it's a cheap little addition that's going to make recording with this just that much better and more fun. Still using the DJI gimbal and everything else. So this hasn't actually interfered with anything. It just sticks out maybe half an inch on the end of the adapter. And it also has its own little USB-C through-way port, so you can still charge your phone and such while the microphone adapter is connected if you needed to. So, onward, let's go out to this walk. Alright, so I'm pretty sure I'm recording this with the noise reduction off, so we're going to get a taste of that with this truck coming by, me moving my neck around, everything like that, and yeah, let's just see how it does. And then I'll check the footage when I get home and see if I did everything right or wrong or whatever, and that'll be that. Can we talk about how pretty solid this camera is at low light, though? It's crazy. I'm not majorly impressed, but still, for a phone camera, it's surprisingly really good. Alright. And again, this is a microphone with the noise cancellation on. Oh, they painted this truck stop here, or gas station thing. That's kind of cute. One thing I will complain about, and I think it's the app and not the gimbal or even the phone itself that's the problem. is that I can't switch camera views in the middle of recording. So normally I just push this one button twice and it'll flip, but it won't do it if it's actually recording, only when it's in like standby mode. So yeah, that's like one of the only major issues, which is not a deal breaker, but a little bit hard, especially like if you're doing something that's sort of actiony and you kind of want to jump between the view and yourself talking type thing. But then again, I suppose that doesn't like ultimately matter in a like stylistic way. And if it did, it's an easy fix. I probably need to wipe off my camera here actually. It's looking a little bit fuzzy, but oh well. Oh my god, these cars. Did actually get to test out the low light. I mean, not the low light, but the transition as much as I wanted. There's a crowd in there, don't want to board. But, oh wait, do I have you on yet? Yes, I do. Alright, there we go. And actually, that's another good little thing right there to talk about. So the microphone, let me get focus on. Sorry, it's better in low light. So, but one other good little thing here is that the microphone actually does a really good job of staying on when you're turning off the camera for a while and just letting it sit. So, I mean, on the one hand, it's definitely going to be draining battery a little bit faster, and it might be a bit more inconvenient at times. But hold on, I'm actually going to finally clean this up. Did that help at all? Probably not. But for what it is worth, like, I think that's a good little feature just because, you know, sometimes you might not have the microphone in an area that's convenient or easily accessible, or you might not just want to fiddle with 500 things at the same time. So I do like that it just sort of goes into standby mode. And actually, you can see it's a little light shady right now. I'm gonna just cover it up a little bit like that, subtly. Because like, it's there, you can still hear it, right? There's not noise, buffering. We'll find out when I check the footage. So, in conclusion, overall, I have to say I think that this phone, the gimbal, and especially this microphone that I got are pretty fantastic. I'm going to be including links to everything, obviously in the description. One thing I will point out that I noticed, and granted I don't have more expensive options to like do a side-by-side comparison to, but just going off things I've seen in other videos with people that do have better equipment, I do notice that the microphone in its noise canceling thing, it is pretty good. It's intelligent. It picks up the voice really good. It switches off and on in that mode pretty well. But what I did notice, and you'll probably notice this in some of the walking parts where I didn't overlay it, even though I did put music on it, but it actually does this thing where if it's not picking up specifically a voice, it kind of fully clicks off. Like, there's atmospheric stuff going on, obviously. There's a little bit of wind, there's cars moving, there's, normal street sounds that you can really hear on the unfiltered version without the noise cancellation. But instead of that stuff getting just subdued and balanced and made, like in mesh with the rest of the sounds instead of being overpowering like stuff like that can be on a normal microphone, it just sort of like fully cuts out and the street walking through it just sounds dead silent. So it's not perfect because I've been watching like a lot of walking tours and such. So there's stuff where like you can hear the footsteps of the person making the video, you can hear people talking, you can hear the cars, the music coming out of cafes and such. And it's very well balanced and well mixed, but obviously it is all a fully little portable setup. So I kind of want to find out what some of the microphones they've been using are, or which cameras or phones they've been using, because I know there's a big mix in those walking tour videos. But that was like one of the main things I started thinking about when I got these microphones. So they're good. I really like them. I'm going to be so happy with how they clear up the audio process of using the gimbal. As you've noticed, like in some of these clips, the wind was like so overpowering on the sound. So I'm happy in that regard. But I will say, if you're looking for something that can pick up atmospheric stuff without getting overpowered and like being windy and all of that, probably not the best microphone for that, especially with the noise canceling on. So mishmash balance. Perfect vlogging microphone. Probably good for other things like TikToks or any things where you need your voice more isolated. But if you're trying to find something where you can talk while standing next to a waterfall, although I don't have any waterfalls to test that, probably not going to be the greatest. But yeah, this was me reviewing Lightweight. Some new equipment I got because I do want to start doing more videos. I've said that the past few weeks have been a long pause, not editing, not filming. So I'm going to get back into things. But like, I've done react videos like pretty much all of 2020 into this year, into 2021. And like, I want a bit of difference. I want to do something unusual again. I really miss vlogging or like making like little adventures and stuff. But between lockdown, between this town being dead as hell, and just like not being able to travel right now, there's just not been a lot of motivation, and it feels kind of dried up because I like really being able to share new experiences. It's one of the things I enjoy. So, but yeah, this was me reacting to this stuff, reviewing it, and testing it out. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video. And of course, remember, life always gets better as long as you work to break my break. See ya.